Zhao Ming seemed unwilling to believe that someone he had trampled on, without a second thought, had suddenly become someone so high above him, someone so dazzling that he could no longer reach her. "You're a liar! Mr. Lin, don't believe her. She's not your sister. How could an orphan like her possibly be your sister? I know her better than anyone. I know everything about her. She absolutely isn't your sister." He pointed at Lin Yue while looking at Lin Mobai, hoping to drag down the woman he had always looked down upon. He refused to accept that the person who had once been his stepping stone had risen so far above him. Lin Mobai could no longer tolerate Zhao Ming's self-righteous attitude. He grabbed Zhao Ming by the neck and spoke slowly, each word colder than the last. "Listen carefully. She is the one and only biological daughter of the Lin family, the sole heiress." After finishing, he shoved Zhao Ming to the ground. Zhao Ming landed heavily, looking utterly wretched. Click, click. The sound of high heels echoed through the hall as Lin Yue walked toward him, looking down at him with undisguised contempt. "What a sight! Zhao Ming, where has all your haughtiness gone?" The more miserable he became, the happier she felt. She had once been captivated by his handsome face, but now all she felt was disgust. She stepped hard on his hand with her high heel and slowly twisted it, watching him grimace in pain. "Ah! Get your foot off me! I can still forgive everything you've done to me before. I'll marry you, Lin Yue. I've already taken a step back, so don't push your luck." Even while screaming in pain, Zhao Ming still viewed Lin Yue the same way he always had. Now that she was the Lin family's heiress, he believed he could reluctantly accept marrying her. In his mind, she was still hopelessly in love with him. What kind of trash is this talking about? Who in their right mind would want to marry him? It seems he really needs a hard kick to wake up. Without another thought, Lin Yue kicked him square in the face, knocking out several of his teeth. "Who exactly are you insulting? Marry you? Even if I lost my mind, I'd never marry a filthy thing like you." Ever since bonding with the system, she seemed to have become more and more violent. Strangely enough, the more she hit people, the more energetic she felt. Inwardly, she asked, "System, did you secretly give me some kind of potion that made me so violent?" "Don't talk nonsense, host. You're simply revealing your true nature." "Fine. I've never checked the system shop before. Do you have any medicine that can make a man impotent?" Ding. "Yes, host. $10,000 per pill. This is an exclusive product from the cultivation world guaranteed to make the target impotent, even in the afterlife." "Oh, that's an excellent item. It's a little expensive, but who cares? Redeem 1 pill. What else do you want? I've already agreed to marry you, so stop playing hard to get. I've never loved you. I only agreed to let you become Mrs. Zhao because you're the Lin family's heiress." "Don't get the wrong idea." Ugh! Cough, cough. "What did you feed me?" As Zhao Ming continued rambling, Lin Yue grew too disgusted to listen any longer. She forcefully shoved the pill into his mouth. This ungrateful bastard deserved it. Of course, something that suits an ungrateful piece of trash like you. She smiled at him with a sinister grin. Without saying a word, Lin Mobai gently took the hand Lin Yue had used to touch Zhao Ming. He carefully wiped every nook and cranny of her hand with a handkerchief before calmly tossing the dirty cloth into the trash. "Why dirty your hands touching something so disgusting? Leave that kind of thing to me next time." "Wow, whose brother is this?" "Oh right, mine." Lin Mobai then called the security guards. "Throw him out." "Lin Yue, you can't do this to me. You'll regret it. Even if you come crawling back and beg me in the future, I won't even look at you again. I already gave you a chance, but you kept pretending. You'll definitely regret." Zhao Ming continued shouting all the way as the security guards dragged him toward the exit. Looking like a beggar while acting like a king, his lack of self-awareness was truly astonishing. Zhao Ming was thrown out like a dying dog. He struggled to get up, his eyes filled with resentment as he glared at the Lin group. Even after everything, he still muttered to himself that Lin Yue would eventually come back and beg him. When that happened, he would make her regret treating him this way. After that, Zhao Ming continued trying to revive his business, but he faced rejection everywhere he went. Every door he knocked on was shut in his face. Meanwhile, Su Mei became more and more restless. The money they had was no longer enough to satisfy her lifestyle, and Zhao Ming had not touched her in a long time. Tonight, she finally caught up with Zhao Ming, who had been disappearing for days. Wearing a transparent nightgown, she walked toward him and called out seductively, Ming, you've been working hard lately. Why don't we do something fun? She hugged him from behind, her fingers slowly tracing along his body, trying to stir his desire. Zhao Ming, who had been exhausted from all the setbacks he had suffered recently, also wanted to release his frustration. The two of them soon fell onto the bed, entangled with each other. However, at the crucial moment, Zhao Ming suddenly realized something was wrong. A flash of disbelief crossed his eyes. He immediately pushed himself up, quickly got dressed, and left only a few words behind. I'm not in the mood right now. Then he hurriedly left the house. Sume was left completely stunned. She had been full of desire, yet he had just walked away and left her there. Bastard. He has no money anymore, and now even his body is useless? What a piece of trash. What else could she do? At the moment, she could only rely on him. But what if she had another choice? A sudden light appeared in her eyes. She took out her phone and made a call. Hello, Brother Ching, Tilde. Does what you said last time still count? I agree. She spoke in a charming voice, her eyes filled with confidence. Zhao Ming would never have imagined that the moment he left home, his mistress had already found another patron. Meanwhile, he sat alone in a bar, drowning himself in alcohol while thinking about his miserable life. His nightmare had only just begun. He kept drinking until he lost all awareness of his surroundings. Even when someone he didn't know helped him into a room, he had no idea what was happening. After a night of chaos, the man finally stopped and sent a message. Everything is done. He even sent a video to the other side. Good. Only one word came back as a reply. When Zhao Ming woke up, his entire body was in pain. He groggily sat up, but the moment his hand touched the muscular body lying beside him, his eyes widened in shock. He suddenly woke up completely. Who are you? What did you do to me? His voice was filled with disbelief. His body was telling him something he desperately refused to believe. Oh, darling, you're so charming. Last night you kept clinging to me and calling my name so sweetly. But after waking up, you pretend you know nothing? The man teased him with a smile. Bastard! I'm going to kill you! Zhao Ming could not accept what had happened. In a fit of rage, he tried to attack the man, but he was quickly subdued. What followed became the darkest period of Zhao Ming's life. At first, he resisted with anger and unwillingness, but as time passed, his resistance slowly turned into dependence. For an entire month, he was trapped in a situation he could not escape from. But after the man became bored and lost interest, he abandoned Zhao Ming without hesitation, disappearing from his life completely. Only then did Zhao Ming remember Sume. However, when he returned to their rented room, there was no trace of her. Even the last bit of money they had was gone. Sume! You shameless woman! How dare you run away from me? His anger exploded as he smashed the furniture around him. After calming down, Zhao Ming sat silently, thinking about how he would survive from now on. But no matter where he went to look for work, he was rejected again and again. In the end, he had no choice but to work at a nightclub. Of course, everything had been arranged behind the scenes by Lin Yue. Your suffering is not over yet. Lin Yue smiled coldly. There is still more waiting for you. After Zhao Ming started working at the nightclub, his life unexpectedly became easier for a while. With his handsome appearance and the experience he had gained before, he quickly attracted attention. With his handsome appearance and the experience he had gained before, he quickly attracted attention. However, his luck did not last long. One day, he was discovered by the wife of one of the guests. She was a powerful and wealthy woman. The moment she learned that her husband had been involved with someone at a nightclub, she immediately dealt with Zhao Ming and divorced her husband. Zhao Ming was driven out of the city. With nowhere else to go, he dragged his exhausted body back to Lin Corporation. He begged to meet Lin Yue, hoping she would forgive him and give him another chance. But every single time, he was thrown out. This time, Gu Haicheng, who had stayed by Lin Yue's side all along and had long wanted to teach Zhao Ming a lesson, finally took action. He arranged for Zhao Ming to be sent back to his hometown. He even gave money to Zhao Ming's greedy relatives, allowing them to use Zhao Ming as a laborer in their remote mountain village for the rest of his life. Meanwhile, Sume, who thought she had finally found a powerful supporter, enjoyed a luxurious life for a short time. But one day, everything suddenly ended. "It's time for you to leave." The man looked at her coldly. "You're boring and your arrogance is unbearable. If it wasn't because of Miss Lin, I would never have gotten involved with someone like you." Although he was known as a playboy, he had always treated his relationships seriously. When he ended things, he was usually generous. But this time, he had to ruin his own reputation. Fortunately, the compensation from Miss Lin was enough. "What, Miss Lin?" Su Mei was stunned. A moment ago, she still had everything. Now she was being abandoned with nothing. "Who is this Miss Lin? I want to see her. Why does she want to destroy me?" When she heard the surname Lin, only one person appeared in her mind: Lin Yue. But how could that be possible? Lin Yue was once a poor orphan. How could she possibly command someone as powerful as Qing Ge? "No need. I'm already here." Su Mei froze when she heard that familiar voice. She turned around slowly. "It's you?" Her eyes widened. "How could it be you? You vixen! Did you seduce Brother Qing? Is that why he abandoned me?" She screamed and rushed forward, raising her hand to slap Lin Yue. But Lin Yue caught her wrist easily. Slap, slap. 2 loud slaps echoed through the room. Then Lin Yue kicked her away. Su Mei fell to the ground, looking up at Lin Yue in shock. "Do you really think I would lower myself to seduce someone just to take revenge on you?" Lin Yue looked at her with disappointment. "Only someone as foolish as you would think that way." "Su Mei, I knew everything you had done from the beginning until now. I have never wronged you. I treated you like my own sister. Is this how you repay my kindness? From childhood until now, you have always plotted against me. How much hatred do you truly have for me?"
Lin Yue could not understand it. After all these years, was all the kindness she gave only returned with hatred? "What do you know?" Su Mei screamed. "You have always had everything. Everyone likes you. Even Dean's mother treated you better. Even Zhou Ming's heart was shaken by you. If I didn't fight for myself, I would have nothing. Why should you get to live such a good life?" Her eyes were filled with endless jealousy. Lin Yue only looked at her quietly. "Is it my fault that I have a higher intelligence and a better personality? No, the only thing I regret is not seeing through you earlier. You don't want me to have a good life." She smiled faintly. "Unfortunately for you, I found my biological parents. And do you know who they are? They are the richest family in the country. I am their only daughter and the sole heir." Lin Yue leaned closer and smiled beautifully. Her expression was calm, but her words were enough to crush Su Mei's last hope. "Impossible." Su Mei's face twisted in disbelief. "You shouldn't have this. You should have suffered your whole life. Why are you always so lucky?" Lin Yue no longer wanted to argue. She had only come here to send Su Mei to the final chapter of her life. Behind her stood Gu Haikang and Lin Mobai, silently protecting her. When Su Mei saw the 2 outstanding men standing beside Lin Yue, her jealousy burned even stronger. Before she could say anything else, the bodyguards appeared, silenced her, and dragged her away. From now on, she and Zhou Ming could face each other. Time passed peacefully. 2 years later, Lin Yue married Gu Haikang. A year after their marriage, they welcomed a daughter. Her parents devoted all their attention to their granddaughter and handed most family matters to Lin Yue. Lin Mobai remained her secretary, becoming even more meticulous in taking care of her every need. Gu Haikang often became jealous because of him. Sometimes he even wanted to hand his entire company to Lin Yue so he could become her personal assistant and stay by her side every moment. But Lin Yue immediately rejected that idea. She already had enough responsibilities. She did not need another burden. Instead, Gu Haikang turned his jealousy toward Lin Mobai. "What about him? Why is he still your secretary? He should find someone and get married already." Gu Haikang had always known that Lin Mobai, his wife's adopted brother, had feelings for her. It annoyed him that Lin Mobai was always around Lin Yue. Even their daughter was more attached to this uncle than to her own father. "I won't marry in this lifetime." The office suddenly became silent. Lin Mobai looked deeply at Lin Yue, as if there were words he wanted to say but could not. Lin Yue could only look away awkwardly. On one side was her adopted brother, who had loved her silently for years. On the other side was her jealous husband. She did not know what to do. She once wished for a love that would last forever.
She loved Gu Haicheng deeply, but she also could not deny that Lin Mobai had always been good to her. She did not want to see him hurt. Gu Haicheng noticed her struggle and felt his heart ache. He hugged her tightly. Fine, fine, he can stay. But remember, I am the first person in your heart. You cannot favor him over me. Everyone understood what he truly meant. Lin Mobai looked at Lin Yue with hope. Lin Yue smiled helplessly. Of course, you will always be my first. She hugged Gu Haicheng back, then looked at Lin Mobai. He smiled gently at her. At that moment, everyone knew what the future would hold. No matter what happened, the three of them would remain connected for the rest of their lives. The story ends here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next story.